Welcome everyone to Riga. Good morning. Thanks for traveling here. It's so good to see you all in person today after such a long break. We are glad to see you in person, and what we're going to be talking about with Anton today is a set of Zabbix professional services. And important thing to mention is that before we go into the detail, that whatever your point in Zabbix journey at the moment, we actually have something to offer. So it's not only for those who just discovered Zabbix, but also for experienced users like many of you, I guess, here in this room. So Anton, with that in mind, what would be the first proposition from us? What would be the first, during the first milestone of Zabbix usage?
Yeah, hello everyone. I just wanted to start with the fact that you, starting your Zabbix journey, you might be interested in actually identifying your monitoring needs, your requirements, setting them up. And with that, we can actually help you to begin your experience with Zabbix by offering you the turnkey solutions, which is basically the deployment project of Zabbix into your environment. The steps of that services, I should say, consist of, as I said, setting up your monitoring needs and requirements. At that stage, our professionals, our engineers would advise you on your Zabbix architecture and hardware requirements as well. After that, we deploy the Zabbix into your environment and provide you with detailed documentation, which is very important because you can actually use that as a manual later on in order to edit, expand, or adjust your Zabbix instance. So the benefits of this particular solution, which is like maybe considered as a first step, you are saving your time installing Zabbix yourself. You receive the solution that was tailored specifically to your requirements, to your needs. And as I said, you receive the guide or the manual that you can be later used for anything you might be willing to do with your Zabbix instance. With that, Yuri, is there any other way our customers or the Zabbix users can actually deploy Zabbix maybe themselves, and can we help with that?
Yes, Anton, absolutely. And you know, turnkey solution sounds great because somebody who knows Zabbix really well does the installation and deployment for you. The alternative, though, for somebody who just was introduced to Zabbix is, of course, our training program. But at the same time, what we want to mention is that there's plenty of courses available, and the training is a good starting point for somebody new to Zabbix, but also for somebody who's been using the tool for a while. At the core, we have 4 different levels of training. This is our core program, and of course, as I said, it gets you up to speed whether to learn what Zabbix is about at all in one day of our user course, or alternatively, getting our specialist and professional level trainings that goes through Zabbix deployment and managing in larger environments. And also, if you want to get the PhD of Zabbix, that can be achieved with the Zabbix Expert course, which we advise to all of you. But important to mention that during any of our training courses, it is a really fast way to get the knowledge of the product. As I said, it's a beneficial, even if you were using Zabbix for a while, installed it, and even managing successfully, because our expert would share tips and tricks and best practices, and also, of course, introduce you to the new features. There's a lot of time left for Q&A with the trainer in all those courses, and during which, of course, you can run the real-time situation by them and discuss real prod environment problem.
Yuri, have you done the training yourself? Did you speak from experience?
Absolutely, Anton. In fact, I'm on level 2 right now, so I've conducted a second training some time ago. And what I want to point out is that it was incredible not only listen to theory behind the product, but also we've done a lot of lab work. Everything was easily step-by-step documented, and what I've really enjoyed, it was a small group of people, of our peers, like who were using the product and sharing their knowledge and running the real-time situation problems by us and the trainer, which is good to see. And apart from the core program, we do have 4 different extra courses. And essentially, this is a deep dive into a specific subject related to Zabbix. So there's no prerequisites for this one, so anyone can attend. We have plenty of online courses running in different time zones. So, but the main idea here is to uncover as much as possible out of this subject. And the trainer would not only share the theoretical part, as I said, but also, of course, will reflect onto his experience by dealing with other customers and what kind of issues they were facing. So deep dive into one of the subject areas, whether it's security administration or data pre-processing, that's a go-to course then. And finally, last but not least, I guess, out of training program, our new addition is our upgrade courses. So I believe there's probably a lot of specialist and professional certified students here. But what we've introduced, obviously, the new Zabbix version comes out every year, new features coming out. And these 2 courses are really easy way, really fast way to actually get knowledge of the new features and pass your examination to get a updated certification. Of course, the training is a great addition and an amazing way to get a knowledge transfer from Zabbix experts to yourself or to your teams. Anton, imagine the situation whereby we deployed Zabbix already, the customer had a training, passed their training program. What else, what can we offer in order to ensure they have everything they need in the long run?
Well, okay, so you've done your training, you've deployed your Zabbix. One thing I also wanted to mention is that you can actually migrate from the legacy tool if you have been using something different. And now you want to be confident using Zabbix in the long run, down the road, how many years you might wish to do so. At this stage, we can offer the technical support agreement, which is typically annual contract that we sign with our customers. And we have 5 tiers of support available, just echoing something Mr. Vladishev was saying in the keynotes. Those you probably have already heard about. We are also introducing a new type of the support, which is designed for the MSP. But the ones, and you will hear about that later down the road during the summit. But with the 5 tiers we have available, are actually designed to fit any Zabbix size, any budget, any company size you might have. And basically, if you approach us with the request for the support quote, we will provide something that is customly fit to your organization and to your needs. One thing I wanted to mention here is that we do not charge for the support based on the number of devices you might be having, number of metrics you might be collecting. All we care about is the number of Zabbix services and Zabbix proxies, and for the enterprise and the global tiers, not even that is important. All the entire installation will be covered. We also offer something called troubleshooting sessions. If something critical has happened to your Zabbix installation, you are not only communicating through the support portal that we provide the access to, but you can actually have a live conversation with our engineer. And speaking of tickets, basically the ticket processing goes that our engineers would get to the root of the root cause of the issue. We'll tell you what we did to fix it, and we'll actually provide you the guidance on how to avoid that issue down the road in the future. We also provide our support globally, as we say. What that means is that wherever you are located, whatever time zone you might be on, we'll provide you either 24/7 or 8 hours, 5 days a week support, depending on your, actually according to your time zone and then to whatever is more comfortable for you. And with the help of our offices around the world and our wonderful partners, thank you once again, we can provide the support in a variety of different languages. The support itself is online, but if you require our engineer on site for a specific project type service, such as, for example, upgrade, training, maybe consultations session, we can send our engineer to work on site with your specialists. For the support, we actually do gather, we collect some metrics. And as you can see in the SLA, we have the initial response time up to 4 hours. Well, in fact, in reality, we have gathered some stats for the last 12 months. And in reality, the initial response time is actually 51 minutes or somewhere around. That's an average number. Similarly, for the emergency response time, in the SLA, you will find the 90 minutes or up to 90 minutes response time. In reality, it's actually around 22 minutes. And I'm proud to say that of all the support tickets closed in the last 12 months, 95.7% support tickets have received positive feedback. And on that note, I would like to thank our support team for their wonderful job. I'm really privileged and honored to work in the company with such a professional team. We do gather some feedback in terms of the comments, and those are just real examples. I've spent maybe a few minutes, to be honest with you, gathering those feedbacks from the closed tickets in the last 12 months. And I'm proud to say that our customers value the understandable answers that they're receiving, the quick and accurate response, and the excellent service in general from our support team once again. With the support, if basically you already know about that, but Yuri, is there anything else in addition, or maybe some alternative to the support that can be offered to the customers?
Thanks, Anton. Indeed, well, technical support provides that instant access to the team of our engineers to make sure that whatever comes your way, Zabbix-wise, can be sorted real quickly. We do recognize, though, that sometimes it may be a different situation where you may need a broader advice or just spend a bit of more time with our engineers, maybe potentially design architecture for your Zabbix instance, or just talk through some of the issues that you're facing. In this kind of situation, we offer our consulting services, and these are packages of ours that can be bought and spent throughout the year with our engineers on a different Zabbix-related tasks. And I think the most important here is the flexibility, right? So while technical support purely gives you instant access to the team to sort your issues that you may be facing, here we are more looking at the advice from the team, right? So we can see it as a pay-as-you-go option, where you prepay for a specific package of ours and then spend whenever you need any help from the team. Of course, the flexibility here is that it can be spent on any Zabbix-related tasks. And we'll go into that in a second just to show you the example of a real customer who did do such a project. It can be spent on-site or remotely, and as I said, you have the full 12 months to spend those hours. But talking about real case of the customer who's been using Zabbix for a while, but at some point they decided that they need to start from scratch. It was a legacy tool, out of date, and it's Middle Eastern, quite a large bank in the Middle East. Very knowledgeable about Zabbix itself, but they wanted a fresh start, and we've offered them 60-hour consulting package to start with. And the way we went about helping them here is we've designed new architecture for Zabbix during a couple of the sessions and offline work. Following that, we actually assisted them. So while they were doing the installation and deployment themselves, we actually assisted them, provide hands-on assistance with Zabbix installation during a few sessions throughout the week when they were doing that. And of course, a couple of weeks into them using Zabbix and adding more and more devices and metrics to their installation, we've conducted performance tuning session which essentially ensured that they're streamlined to grow and add more devices and more offices quickly without any performance issues.
And I would like to point out here that the consultancy is actually also included in some of the support packages, namely the enterprise and the global, just for you to remember that. Sorry.
That's a good point, Anton. And of course, there's no real limits on what consulting hours can be used for. In the end of the day, we just had a couple of sort of Q&A sessions with their team to finalize and go through any possible outstanding issues or questions they may be facing. And I guess to summarize, and we went through that customer journey, potential new customer journey, or just now, and some additional project-based services that we can offer our team can suggest is, of course, upgrading you to the newest version of Zabbix, conducted by our support team. Zabbix comes out of the box with plenty of different integrations and templates. At the same time, we do recognize that may be a possibility that something is missing, or you have a very specific internal tool that you're using. So whether a template for a type of devices, or potentially an integration with the ticketing system, so that Zabbix would create a ticket internally, or vice versa. And finally, a sponsored development that was mentioned as well. But if you're using Zabbix for a long time now and looking for some specific features, we're open to conversations to get this on a roadmap by our engineers.
Well, to summarize the benefits of the entire package of the professional services that is possible, that is available for you, I would say that mainly you receive the tailored approach. We try to also act proactively. We try to follow the proactive approach in offering the services that would fit specifically your needs, specifically your Zabbix instance, your organization, your requirements. And obviously, it's very fast, it's very, as I shown before in the response time, it's very cost efficient as well. And yeah, thank you very much for listening, for attending the Zabbix Summit. I hope you enjoy it. If you do have any questions regarding the sales, the professional services that we offer, please visit us at the sales booth, or if it's easier for you, just hit us on at sales@zabbix.com. Thank you very much and enjoy Summit.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm going to ask you to remain on the stage because we have something little for you. A small gift.
Bit of commission for us as well.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Guys. There was actually quite a popular question, which I've heard not only on the summit, but overall. So a lot of people, maybe not yet customers, but Zabbix users, they would like to support Zabbix somehow. They are actually asking if we do have a Patreon page, but maybe you have some advice what they could select to use as a service and also to support Zabbix, like something simple which they could use at any moment they would need.
Yes, I have actually received a similar request some time ago, and basically it's up to the wonderful member of the Zabbix community to choose the service, whether it's maybe a silver support tier or some consultancy hours, which is actually can be useful. Not only it will help us obviously to keep the lights on, but also will be useful for this particular customer, this particular user down the road. Maybe training is a way to go. But in any case, please approach us, let's talk, let's communicate, and we'll find something that's suitable.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.